spent. Begin with some seasoning.
Use fine salt for this, as sea salt has a tendency to fall off. There is something about white pepper and onion, and it's quite a northern thing, Lancashire, where I come from, where white pepper, we all grew up with white pepper ready ground. People didn't have pepper mills anyway. It was all ground pepper. Don't think Dad bought his first pepper mill until I was about 6. Don't know why he bought it, because he didn't like pepper much anyway.
Add a small amount of oil to a heavy, lidded pot. Make sure it is nice and hot so that the meat browns straight away.
My mother used to cook a breast of lamb. She used to cook hers on the bone in a piece, braised in the bottom of the Arga when I was a boy.
Now take some onions. Astonishingly, you will need the same weight of onions as lamb. When the lamb is browned, remove it and discard the excess fat.
But we do need to leave those nice brown bits at the bottom.
Make a bed of onions on which to rest the lamb. Then pop in a bay leaf and cover with the rest of the onions. In restaurant kitchens, for a dish like this, we often use something called a cartouche, which is actually nothing more than a sheet of greaseproof paper.
Fold it in 4. What this does is it helps keep in the steam from the onions and from the meat. It hits this before it hits a dry, hot lid, so almost embalming it, if you like. It's quite a useful little notion. It's not just some chefy fad thing. It works, it works. It doesn't have to be geometry. There we are. That's about oval.
What is extraordinary is that this dish has no added liquid. The juices generated simply come from the onions and meat.
Lid on.
Cook in the middle of the oven on a low heat, gas mark 2 or about 150 degrees.
Pop it in. And we'll look at that in an hour or so. The key word here is slow, slow, slow. Well, the 3 key words are slow, slow, slow.
3 hours is a long time, but slow is so good here.
Whoa. Ooh, luscious, I'd call this dish, luscious.
Rest the lamb. Remove the bay leaf and drain the onions.
Back into the pot. Flop, flop. And you'll see here that on the surface there is a layer of fat. This fat will naturally settle on the surface, so we're going to remove it with some kitchen paper. Just press it down. Very useful stuff for this, getting rid of fat. So it just soaks into the paper. And we're going to pop this back into the onions.
Now, to intensify the lammy onion juices, reheat and allow them to reduce by half. The ingredient I need now is a big bunch of parsley.
That fantastic smell. I love it, I love it.
With the juices now reduced, add pepper, red wine vinegar for acidity, and some anchovy essence or several finely chopped anchovies. Now, tip in all that lovely chopped parsley.
It takes a long time coming, this dish, but I tell you, it's worth it. There we are. This is great, this is great. So you see that nice sauce moating its way around the lamb. Melts in the mouth, that's what it's meant to do. It is a dish that seems to just get on with itself and give you much pleasure when you eat it.
This incredibly delicious, really cheap supper will happily feed 6.